I'm John Batchelor, Simon Constable. We now are Monsieur Smoot and Monsieur Hawley, because we have discovered, thanks to our president, Nicolas Sarkozy, that protectionism is coming. Nicolas Sarkozy's statement was, all the cars should be French cars. We should buy France. Now, why is that a bad idea here in this struggling world economics?
It all goes back to David Ricardo in the 19th century. He was an economist out of Scotland who invented the idea of comparative advantage. And what that said was that the countries in the world that produce the goods the best should produce those goods, and that's where we should buy them from, because that way, overall, we get more stuff for the world. And that makes us all richer, and the stuff in economics terms is good. The more of it we produce, the better. And if we don't do that, if we buy from our home country, if that's not the best place to buy from it, then we do less well.
So, if I wanted to buy a television, and I insisted everybody buy their television from Tennessee rather than from Guangdong province in China, I would be insisting that people not get the best product.
If indeed Tennessee wasn't the best place, and Guangdong, if Guangdong is the right place, then you should be buying your TV from there, and that makes economic sense. And by not doing that, you're making things less efficient for the entire world, and you're costing us all a tiny bit, but collectively, I said a tiny bit individually, but collectively it's a lot of money.
And of course, if you buy a French television, it will go on vacation in August. And you're okay, fine. But now, why is this a bad idea in terms of 2009 and the struggling economies? In the 1930s, protectionism led to beggar thy neighbor. Is that credible today?
Yes, it is. And I think the worry is that protectionism comes back, and it won't come back the way that it did in the 30s with tariffs and stuff like that, or at least it won't initially come back that way. It'll come back in disguise. It'll look friendly, like patriotism, like buy British, buy American, buy French. It sounds great to the domestic population, but it isn't. It's protectionism in disguise, and it will also come back through product safety. And people say, well, these foreign goods, they're not safe, and we can't trust our kids with them. That may be true this much, but it's going to be used this much.
Now, in the 1930s, Monsieur Smoot and Monsieur Hawley, our Smoot-Hawley bill effectively ended exchange rates and import-exports for the United States. Many blame Monsieur Smoot and Smoot-Hawley. They blame us for the Depression and maybe even the Second World War. Yeah. Do you like that? And are our protectionist policies going to lead us into turmoil again?
Well, let's hope not, okay? I think people in Congress know enough economics to know that protectionism will be bad. I think there are enough people there who know it's bad and don't want to do it. The worry is that there are some people who are there who know it's bad but don't care because they want to go after the votes because it sounds great.
All right. Monsieur Smoot, Monsieur Hawley, and President Sarkozy, and we have to announce before the tariffs are raised that our berets were made in China. I'm John Batchelor with Simon Constable, johnbatchelorShow.com.